Grand Rising, y'all. So this morning I am going to do some work today. I have to call around a lot of different shelters and rescues in order to figure out if my baby has an appointment for her to be able to get turned in, as well as I'm going to do some grocery shopping, just very light, because when I was in a house, I was able to effectively and affordably get healthy vegetables and fruits for a lower price, especially at Aldi's. I don't know if they have anything like that here, but we're going to still try to find the best resources possible and try to get something at a fresher market, because I am, I have to maintain my nutrition and maintain foods that will support my body. And this is not a time to resort to old habits, just eating out, eating whatever the fuck, So maintaining diet and consistency as best as you can, because again, this is not easy and not everybody has the ability to do this. But I have a little bit of funds in my account, so I'm going to be able to take care of that. And I'm going to just get something that will help last over a longer period of time instead of just one singular day, so that I can support myself in food and I don't have to worry about doing that or getting that or where I'm going to get food. I can just take care of that here, and I'm going to make sure that it is food that doesn't necessarily have to be refrigerated. And if so, then I can look into maybe getting some ice. I don't know. I have this like cooler bag that has insulation on the inside, and it kept my water bottles cold for quite a while. But again, for things that have to be refrigerated, I'm just going to try to see if I can figure some way around it, or just get foods that can stand outside of the fridge for like a day or two, and they'll be okay and they won't be affected. But obviously you have to be careful with this, because you don't want to get poisoned, you don't want to get sick. So I'm just going to do some research regarding that, and I'm about to see if I can go into this Planet Fitness, if I can work out and get a shower in, because I have the day pass, but I want to make sure that it will still work. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. And yeah, I'm gonna check in with you guys later this day, or later today. I woke up at 6 a.m. I've been waking up a lot earlier and waking up a lot earlier and going to sleep much earlier as well, mostly due to my nervous system coming down, and also my body feeling a lot safer to be able to rest properly, which is very important to me. Even though the sleep has not been the best, my neck hurts, my leg really, really hurts. So that's why I'm going to try to get into this gym and try to do some stretching, to do some body weight workouts, strength training, so that I can be able to support myself a little bit more. Obviously, because I had a regimen before all of this happened, and I want to be able to continue that for my own health, and because this is a self-improvement journey. This is not for me to kind of backtrack on all the progress that I've made for myself. So we're going to do our best. We're going to figure things out, and I'll check in with you guys when we get later in the day. Alrighty, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next clip. Alrighty, y'all, hi. This is just a little bit of an update while I'm here sitting in the Aldi's parking lot. So I was successful in finding an Aldi's, which there were like multiple very close by, which I'm very happy for. And basically the total that I spent for everything was about $27 or so. I did spend a lot more than I wanted to, mostly because, tell me why cashews are like near $5. Like, it's nuts. And you know, no pun intended. And then I got these because I needed to eat something that had a high amount of protein in it. This has 27 grams. Unfortunately, it's not vegan. Obviously, there's not very many resources out here to even get vegan food that is high nutrition, high protein, and provides everything that you need. So, you know, we're gonna be dealing with that and doing what we can. And then I got bananas. This is just one, but there's more. Which were about it was about $1.25 or so. I got some oranges, which they tried to charge me $5 for. No, I chose the $3.19 version, which it was the same label. It was just like the ones that you pick up instead of the other ones. Cause why? Don't do that. And then strawberries were on sale for $2. I also was gonna get grape tomatoes, but I ended up putting those back because I was just like, the likelihood of me eating the entire thing without anything else is a little bit difficult. I would need like seasoning and some sort of dressing and all that, and that's more. So I was trying to be very efficient. I also got raisins, peanut butter, and strawberry preservatives. Obviously, you know, I didn't really want strawberry preserves. That's what it's called. I wanted to get the jam, but I don't have a fridge, so I'm going to be trying to do this without the fridge. I'm going to keep it inside the cooler so it's in a cool, dry place, I guess. And so I'm just going to use that. I'm going to keep it unopened, but I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches like nearly every day, so it will last me probably like less than a week for sure. I don't think it will be that long for me to go through that whole entire jar. So hopefully we don't die. I don't think we are, but you know, I try to look up like research and stuff, so I finally found like a scientific article that it lasts about a week, probably less, probably safer to say less than a week. Strawberry preserves, it has to have a high sugar content, you know, strawberries, straight strawberries, nothing else. And then citric acid also helps the longevity of an unopened strawberry jam product. And then peanut butter, obviously you don't have to put that in the fridge. And then I got some split top wheat bread because when it comes to the PB&Js, I don't like straight wheat bread. I feel like it tastes really weird and it's dry. So I just got the next middle part. I don't really want or like white bread unless it's a specific brand. And so I just chose that. We're gonna eat that. And I also got raisins to eat if I wanted to have like bananas, the peanut butter, and raisins on the bread. And that is like a good high protein, also like just nutritious snack that I could use. And then also anything that is also good for like if you are living in your car, you don't have a fridge, things like that. Good meal items are canned soups that are good with crackers that you could probably get at like those gas stations or little restaurants if they have the tiny packages, and different other things included with it. You can like eat it without having to put it in the microwave. Obviously I like to, so sometimes, and most of the time, they'll have microwaves at gas stations that you can use freely, especially the ones that have restaurants or other amenities inside of them. I know one that I went to did have a microwave. And then also you can also eat like canned meats with other things, or chickpeas if you like that. You can eat vegetables. You can get cucumbers, again, grape tomatoes. I was gonna say potatoes and onions, and I wouldn't necessarily like find that very enjoyable. I feel like eating an onion though with like some seasoning and oil, that would be good. And you could also do peanut butter and honey sandwiches. That is also another good option that doesn't require a refrigerator or cooking. And you know, obviously for if you have a microwave, ramen and those other things that you put in the microwave, stuff like that. Canned vegetables is also a good idea if you want vegetables. They have a lot of preservatives, so it will last but obviously I don't know how you would store it because it has a lot of liquid in it as well, so you would have to be careful about that. And yeah, fruits can actually, I learned, they can stay out of the fridge as long as you don't cut them. They'll last out of the fridge for about a week or so. It won't get as old as it would in the fridge. Obviously, don't eat any fruits or anything past a week. A thing of strawberries, like a little box, 16 ounces. I think it's 8 or 16, whatever it is. It'll last me like just a couple of days because I really like fruit. And then the oranges as well, you know, you can keep that in your car, wherever you're at, very easily. Bananas, same deal. They do get old after a little bit, you know, where they get really, really ripe. I actually started liking my bananas much more ripe. So I got some that are varying ripeness so that by the time I'm done eating the one banana, the next banana will be ready to go. And I feel like the heat will probably create the ripening process to quicken. So that's why I have to be careful and quick about eating these things as well. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to adjust myself. So yeah, that's from what I got so far. And then I also got a 24 thing pack of spring water because that's the only water I really drink. So I got that for me to last. I was going in between like the spring water and the big entire, like the jug instead of the bottles. But the jug was like 120 something for 128 fluid ounces. And then I was doing the math and the 24 pack had 470 something, and it was like 348 or something, 3 whatever. So I was like, okay, this is better, you know, price for me. And then I was making sure that I checked the ingredients on everything that I was getting and the dietary facts, so that I at least was like taking care of certain like carbs, protein, you know, fats, like certain things in the contents that I need in order to help me have energy throughout the day, but also provide me with the nutrients that I need. Obviously, you know, keeping everything into consideration. I wasn't able to get any other dried fruits, but you know, having this, the cashews, and any sort of nut, also trail mixes are very helpful. They can last or sit inside anywhere. It doesn't have to be a fridge either at all. And they have a really high protein content. The sodium for this is unfortunately really high. I don't even like that much salt on my things, but cashews were expensive as fuck. So like the lightly salted ones were $7. It was like a somewhat bigger bag, but I'm just like, y'all doing too much for these cashews. And they have fats, carbs as well. Fiber was only 1 gram. And yeah, I mean, I try my best, y'all. Okay, so we gonna eat this for our after workout lunch. I actually was able to get a workout in and a shower. It was so nice. I was so happy to get a shower or a workout in. Y'all can see that workout post on my Instagram, or the one that I have in the description below. And I am gonna make sure that in this video, I think it was this one or the last one, I'm gonna put the links to the Amazon stuff that I got that helped me make this trip in this car living situation much more comfortable for me. And then I'm not gonna say anything too much yet, but I've been calling also shelters, like literally after I got out the gym, I was calling them nonstop, one after the other. And so we are still here waiting to hear back from others, but 2 shelters came to me and provided me with some information. One of them was going to accept, and then the other one is also willing to accept, but obviously I need to make sure that everything is good and I feel comfortable and that it's going to be a confident decision before I do that, because this is not just I need to get her off my back, because it's just like, you know, I don't care, like just take her. No, like I care extremely. Like she's like my spawn, my child, okay? So I have to be very careful about who I'm giving her to, but at the same time I know that source told me that I cannot have a complete control over this entire situation, and I gotta do what I can. And If it is suitable, then it's suitable, and I can only control so much. Whatever happens afterwards is honestly up to the adoption center and how they go about their process of, giving the cats to their forever homes. I'm going to provide them with all of the information that I know about her and just pray that the universe is going to support her and give her to the best position possible. I really, really don't want to have a situation where they have a return or anything like that, because no. So I'm thinking about, the negatives and what the worst things could happen, of course, because that's, something that growing up and going throughout this life, it's been really difficult to not be able to think that, because I've always been in survival mode. I've been in survival mode for a long time, and now that I'm finally not in a survival mode necessarily as of yet, it's a completely different switch. So it's like I have to really take it all in and ground myself and to breathe and to stay present as much as possible and understand that I am being protected and divinely guided for whatever choice and whatever decisions, whatever actions that I will take. I have to listen to my body. Confirmation burp. It didn't come out yet though. All right. So yeah, today has been a beautiful day so far. We're just going to relax for the rest of the day. I'm going to try to find somewhere to take a walk, and the place where we have to go is literally hours away, so we're going to head down there for tonight, and then in the morning obviously we'll do our thing, and that will be that. I'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on and what happens, and I will keep you guys updated because I have videos that I need to upload and stuff. So I'm gonna go somewhere to go work on that, and I'll let you guys know how everything goes. Okay, I love you and I wish you the best, and I will see you guys very soon. Okay.